What's going on, Firebenders? FirePhoenixKing here today, and today we have another discussion with FireFlowerPower. Joining me today is Obi and Groose.
Hello, everybody.
Hey guys, sorry it's been a while, but we've just been so busy stomping
Koopas.
Koopas, right? Yeah, Koopas.
Right.
That okay, thank you. Right.
And so we do want to talk about the newly released teaser trailer by Nintendo and Illumination. Of course, for the new Mario movie, which is now officially called and I guess the Super Mario Bros. Movie, which I gotta say, I like how it looks. I'm a fan of the way it looks. I think Illumination. You can definitely tell it's an Illumination movie.
Can you?
And,
Though?
can,
That's a lot of detail.
well, I will say that there is a little tweak because obviously Nintendo is definitely heavily,
They got their eye on them.
involved. They're
Mhm.
involved. So, but you, especially the humor, with you got the penguins. That's such an awesome scene. But I'm pretty content with it. I do want to go into the main bread and butter, which is that of Mario's voice, Chris Pratt. But I do want to start from the teaser trailer from the beginning. What do you guys think? Going into the teaser trailer, what was you guys' first thoughts?
The quality is amazing. Like the level of detail, they really kept it close to what the characters look like in the games, but they just made them like, of course, more expressive.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, it's pretty good. I think Illumination's doing a pretty good job, and this people were worrying because of the minions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it came out well, and the humor so far. I mean, there's no fart jokes. I mean, I guess we haven't seen the whole movie yet.
So
But
far.
I don't think Nintendo would approve a fart joke in their Mario game. So
We'll see. We'll see.
Mhm.
But Goose, you
Uh,
quiet over there, mate.
No, I was just letting Obi speak, but I'm in the same camp. I'm very impressed with
Oh,
especially the first half of the trailer where it's Bowser versus the Penguins. I was very impressed. The level of detail is great. All of the characters and everything, all of the Koopas kind of like look different and everything. They look
yeah.
cool. They get a little bit of variety, something that
Mhm.
modern Paper Mario would never do.
There you go.
but no, I was
It
really
was.
impressed with the level of detail, and especially I want to say Bowser himself, because Bowser
Mhm.
looks really good, kind of like he does in the game, but his face, it's almost like when he speaks, they almost animated him to kind of be Jack Blackish a bit. And
Yeah.
Jack Black is one of my favorite actors of all. I love everything that he's done, and he's legitimately a really good voice actor as well.
Yeah.
And
I
you can
think sorry, real quick. I think that has to do because they're using like face tracking to do the mouth movements. So
yeah,
that's why his
Oh.
face kind of looks like Jack Black because it
yeah.
is Jack Black.
Okay,
They're
but
actually animating him to kind of to work with the voice, and so
Yeah.
I think Bowser is going to be the best part of this movie,
does he?
if you ask me.
Does Bowser not resemble a Smash 4 Bowser to you all? Like he does to me. Like there's a particular shot.
I mean, a little bit.
I'll show you guys in the chat that we have. But there's a shot that I'm like, that is Smash 4 Bowser. Like it's literally Smash 4 Bowser. But it is so good. And then like you guys said, yeah, I definitely do agree. The quality of the movie or the teaser trailer is so far really good. And of course the penguin, the humor to me, that I love that type of humor. Elimination definitely
Mhm.
has my type of humor, so for sure. But of course, then after the joke and Bowser getting the star, we finally get our first glimpse of Mario's official look in the movie and sort of his voice to where
Mm.
we'll touch up on the way he looks first, which I gotta say, I was skeptical. And when I first saw the, McDonald's leak, unfortunately, that did
Mhm.
get leaked. I know Nintendo's really big on trying to keep everything locked, so that probably did sort of discourage them. But regardless, when I did see that, yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that did sort of put a thought in my head. But after seeing it in the movie, I like it. I will
Yeah,
say
it
that
works.
I like it. It works for this movie. Obviously it's not. video game Mario, but it's movie Mario, I guess I would put it. But what do you
Kind of feel
guys?
like, like the Sonic in the movie doesn't
Yeah,
really look like the game Sonic because
Right.
his eye is not a uni eye. He has like
yeah,
a patch.
Mhm.
So I don't
Yeah.
really mind, I guess, because they're trying to make it's a movie. It's not gonna be one to one to a game, so I'm okay with it. But I see what you're saying.
I
for
think my
sure.
only complaint with the way that he looks is that he kind of like Illumination has like a kind of
Art
like
style.
a like they have an art style with that like all of their human characters in their
Hmm.
movies like kind of look the same, and Mario pretty much looks like one of those characters, but they gave him the outfit and the mustache to me.
And the round
So
nose.
like yeah, and the round nose. So
Hmm.
which thank God he has the round nose and not
Yeah.
some horrific realistic nose. But like the Mario look for me is just it's not quite
It's
like
not quite
it's
there.
not quite like Bowser worked for me because
Yeah,
Bowser like that's why I was so impressed just because like Bowser as a creature looks really good and he looks very expressive,
yeah,
especially with Jack Black backing his voice acting. What with Mario, he looks like a regular guy in like a Halloween Mario costume to me.
yeah. I can see that now. I can see that now.
Mhm.
I don't dislike it, and also I'm willing to bet that in motion in the full movie, when you get used to it, that it'll be better. But just in terms of first impressions, I kind of
It's off
by
guard.
his look, yeah, it's a little different. It's like it's just different enough, kind of like Uncanny Valley, but Uncanny Valley isn't what you would use here because that's more for like real humans. But
Yeah,
it's like it's ever so slightly different that
Yeah,
it feels a little weird.
there's
definitely.
something about it is like not quite there,
Yeah.
but it's not like completely off-putting. Like I wouldn't watch this just like when we first got that Sonic trailer movie, like that
Oh
was
yeah.
bad.
No, Ugly Sonic will go down in history as like one of the worst
Yeah.
like
But
character
they
designs
listen to
for a movie ever.
feedback. They
They
listen
did.
to feedback. And I think that's what sometimes, as long as you do it professionally in a very polite manner, because there's also a way to talk to the developers, especially now in an era where it's a tweet away, to get the attention. Although you may think they're not looking, but they do look at all these tweets because they honestly care. But as long as you're respectfully doing it, the studio will listen. And the Sonic movie, the first Sonic movie, is a true spoken fact of this. They did, and they delayed the movie. Unfortunately, the studio that did the fixes, were laid off, but that's a separate thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but they did listen to the public, and the movie did great, and they got a sequel, and the sequel did great. But going back
Mhm.
into the Mario topic, of course, we do want to get to the bread and butter, which is that of the voice. Chris Pratt is, of course, voicing Mario in this movie, and I do want to at least start by saying that it is going to, I guess my feedback would be, I want to hear a little bit more before I truly go into details. What I've
Yeah.
heard based off the
Yep.
teaser trailer, I'm not fully on board in terms of having that sort of tone be represented in Mario. I feel like because this is a teaser, they're just gonna give us something, but the trailer is where they're really gonna show us how good why they chose Chris Pratt, because obviously Miyamoto's involved, and I want to say Miyamoto had some also choices to make in voice acting, unless he's just the in terms of story, but I feel like there's also a reason they chose Chris Pratt, so I don't
Marketing.
Yeah,
feel.
marketing.
Yeah,
It's
well,
because
yeah,
he's
that too. Yeah, yeah,
popular.
yeah. Because Elimination Studio knows, but I definitely want to hear you guys' thoughts, and if you guys have any feedback about Mario's
I
voice.
Yeah, I can go first. So when I was watching the trailer first, like I was in movie mode. You know, when they always have like the drums with the trailers and
Oh yeah.
the flashy stuff. So
Hmm.
like the voice when I was first watching the trailer, I'm like, okay, I mean it's a movie, sounds fine. It's not really terrible. And yeah, but going back on it, I do see and reading about everybody saying on Twitter, I kind of do see where everyone's coming from, especially that they did release a trailer in French that does sound a bit
Oh
better.
yes.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I did see those.
Where he actually, yeah, he says like "voila," and he like just like
Yeah.
throws Mario.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe we need a little bit more of that, and I'm not sure if that's something Chris Pratt can pull off.
Yeah.
But at the end of the trailer where he's like, Mushroom Kingdom, here we come, instead of saying like, dude, you were like one word off, here we go.
Yeah, or
Yeah,
like,
come on, dude.
or get like more happy on that delivery. Mushroom Kingdom, here we come. Like, because like you said, like the other versions, the international versions, they did have that cheery Mario, where
And it doesn't have to be like video game Mario where he's
yeah,
like, because that will get annoying real quick.
for
Well,
sure.
see, I actually kind of disagree with that. I'll be the one out here that says I'm actually really upset that they didn't get Charles Martinet. I know the reason why they didn't is because you need to have a name on the poster that people know. But
Yeah.
but people said the same thing about Goofy. And then they made a Goofy movie, and you listen to his voice through the whole movie, and the emotional scenes with his voice still carry through. I fully believe that Charles Martinet is talented enough. He could have made the Mario voice work for an entire feature film.
I
Yeah,
want to be the fly in the room when they were making that decision.
yeah.
Right?
And
Yeah.
I kind of like Charles Martin hasn't really commented on that, has he? So I
No,
really know
Not
what he's doing.
publicly.
he's trying.
No.
I think if he did, then it would kind of seem like he's
Like he's
like almost
salty.
like bashing Nintendo. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to come off as that. I did see a Twitter thread that Tara Strong, a voice actress, actually started, just like, give Charles your support. And he did make a comment that was just like, thank you for all of your support. I love all of you. So he's definitely taking it the best way he could, and kudos to him for that. But I still feel like he definitely deserved to be Mario in this.
Well,
Every other character, I think it would have been fine if they had gotten everybody else, but just as Mario, I feel like it's kind of a slap in the face to him.
well, and not just to jump on your bandwagon there, but I definitely do have to say that you have a point, because now that you put it in that perspective, that's true. I saw the Goofy movie, and Goofy had the same voice actor, and he still delivered those scenes where there were ups and downs great. And I didn't, even in those scenes where he had to deliver sad scenes, it wasn't like, oh wow, I'm still laughing because his voice sounds funny. It was still great. So yeah, I think you're onto something, and well, one thing I will say is that, say, because that would be hard to do, right? Where like say everyone's crying out for Charles Martinet, and there's just a big growing outburst of it. But what do you do in Illumination and Nintendo? Do you fire Chris Pratt and say,
I feel like yeah,
Charles Martinet? I
Yeah,
think that's
you
also
can't.
kind of
It's
it's
fine.
too
like,
late.
it's too
Yeah, it's way
late
too
for
late.
that. And I think that, like, because like now I want to, again, like, I want to definitely get more information, see the full trailer, and then make my judgment. I think it's early, but based off that, based on fact that is the teaser trailer and the voice that Chris Pratt delivered in that teaser trailer, unless there was a mistake by sound team, they made his voice a little bit less cheery. It wasn't, in my opinion, Mario standard. But we'll see. That's my feedback regarding it, and of course you guys. But
I
the
I
last.
mean, for
Oh, go
me,
I
ahead.
like
kind
real
of
Mhm.
quick, like the way it is now, like I'm still watching it, and I'm like, it's not like a deal breaker, but it could be improved so where he is a little bit more serious. If I were to improve it, I would ask Chris Pratt, hey, please, like, be a little bit more serious so you can sound more authentic.
yeah.
That video that he did
Mario's
in the, sorry, that video
no, no,
that he did in the Nintendo Direct, he did not sound like a big a fan of the series. He was sounding like he was just trying to like fit in with the
yeah. Well, he's doing
everybody.
PR. He's doing
Yeah,
PR.
pretty
He's used
much.
to that.
Yeah.
He's been in Marvel, so he's definitely used to PR. But I like just the like Mario. Like Mario is like the most cheery video game protagonist of all time. When you think of Mario, you think of him with a big old smile on his face on like the front cover of one of the game's box arts or whatever.
Yeah.
And so far, I'm not getting that from this voice in the slightest. So like
Yeah.
the way I see Chris Pratt, because I don't want to say that Chris Pratt is a bad voice actor, because I don't think he is. But I would say that he's not so much a voice actor, more that he is an actor. But there are roles that he's done with voice that I think work for him, like Disney's Onward.
Oh
The character
yeah.
the character that was written for him, his voice really worked for that, because it's Chris Pratt's voice. he kind of is dude broy a little bit. He kind of is a bit more carefree in that regard. I feel like this is just major miscasting, because Chris Pratt, he doesn't have the I don't think he can bring the energy that Mario needs. And like also that he in this trailer he does two different voices. His voice, like, he's already not keeping his voices consistent, because we get his first line, which is what is this place, which is just his voice.
Yeah.
That's just Chris's voice. Like, he's not even doing an accent or anything. The second one, it sounds like he's trying to do like a New York kind of accent,
Yeah.
which I wouldn't be entirely against as Mario's voice, because that kind of reminds me of like the Mario Brothers Super Show from the 90s. Which, like, that Mario voice was fun as well. So I wouldn't mind them going for a direction like that. But that line delivery on the Mushroom Kingdom, here we come, is so bad, because it sounds exactly like the mom from Bob's Burgers. And like that voice intentionally is kind of is done by a man to kind of just be like really exaggerated and ridiculous to be like a suburban mom. So now when I hear that line, I just picture Mario as a suburban mom from New York. So I'm not sold on him at all yet, and he's really gonna have like a lot to prove, and it'll be a real shame if there's so much good about this movie, and Bowser is like an amazing villain character in this movie, but it's brought down by his performance. So I really hope that this is just like a little bit, and that once we get used to it and we hear it more in the movie, it'll be better. I want to be optimistic like that, because I want this movie to be really good.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
this is a big deal for Nintendo. They're trying to branch out into other stuff, so they're not
Mhm.
relying solely on their consoles. Like,
Yeah.
if something goes bad, like the Wii U, at least they have their other side, another pillar.
Yep. And so, of course, with that being said, then next we had a glimpse of Toad, which I thought was great.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
was
Toad was
great.
great.
I thought it was really great. I thought it was really funny. I think it's gonna be really charming. I feel like he's gonna be Captain Toad with his backpack. Already,
Probably.
I'm already paying attention to details that I probably shouldn't.
I kind of wish that they had pitched Keegan Michael Key's voice up just a little bit. It sounds like a little too deep, and it sounds like he's putting on a voice a little too much. If they had pitched it up a little bit, I think it would have fit Toad extremely well. I don't think anybody was expecting him to do the actual Toad with the hey, but
Can you
well, that's what
imagine 2 or 3 hours of that?
well, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna say. Do you guys think he's actually doing no? Because that's all like computer, right?
What, his voice?
His voice and Bowser's voice.
No, that's the
No,
performance.
yeah,
That's the
the voice.
actors.
That is
There is
crazy.
nothing about, like, okay, so for Jack Black's Bowser voice, there are a couple moments where they add a bunch of reverb, and then they add in a little bit of like the Bowser growls that sound like the ones from the game. I know they're not the exact same, but like, the like when he says like I do not, like that is Jack Black's voice. Like that's just a performance. And so with Keegan's delivery with that Toad line, that's just Keegan's voice. So he's putting on a voice, and
Dang, that's
feel
crazy.
I feel like if they just pitched it up ever so slightly, then it would like fit Toad really well. But as of right now, it's like it's kind of like, okay, yeah, you're putting on a voice. It's not
That's
bad though.
crazy.
Like Keegan is a funny guy, and he's got good deliveries. I feel like it could be improved just ever so slightly.
Well, and although we just got like a small glimpse of Luigi, he sounded great. I'm not sure if you guys heard him.
There was too much going on. I
He
couldn't hear.
literally made the Luigi noise. Like, oh, like he's scared, like he's jumping. I was like, oh shit, like this is accurate. Like this is awesome.
I can't not hear Charlie from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia when Charlie Day speaks, and that's in any movie that he's ever been in. Like when he was in Pacific Rim, I just only saw him as Charlie. So, like, it's gonna be hard for me to get used to that voice as well. But I wouldn't say that it's by any means a bad performance yet. I mean, we barely heard it anyways. So I think he's a good fit for Luigi. In terms of the casting, he was one of the ones I was most happy about. Him and Jack Black.
Yeah, it's gonna be a really good thing. I think like I said, yeah, for sure. these are, of course, our initial impressions, and of course, we'll be following the movie and of the movie news, and of course, more will be revealed as per elimination. According to what they said, which is within the next months, because it releases in April of next year.
Yes,
Mhm.
April
Isn't
7th.
that
So,
when the Super Nintendo World opens close to that, right? On
oh,
in
I think
Ooh.
Hollywood.
so for Hollywood, if not Orlando. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Could you imagine if they did a premiere at Nintendo World?
Dang, that
That
would
would
be
be that would be so
huge.
cool.
That would be
We gotta
sick.
take a FireFlowerPower trip to California.
We gotta
That's
go.
right. We gotta go. Nintendo, if you're hearing us, fly us out. No, just kidding. But other than that, that's pretty much all I had in regarding to my impressions. Did you guys want to add anything else prior to
Yeah,
leaving?
I did want to add this wasn't in the trailer, but part of the McDonald's leak later on showed Peach's face. I don't know if
Oh
y'all have seen
yes.
that. She looks
Mhm.
really,
Yeah,
really good.
she looks better than Mario for sure. I think she actually looks good.
She looks really good for sure. Yeah, I definitely. It's still Elimination Studio art style, but a really good Peach for sure.
Uh-huh.
With a lot of
Uh,
detail. She looks really pretty.
Alrighty, well, other than that, Firebenders, that is pretty much all. Thank you guys so much for listening, and of course, Fire Flower Power will continue to try to make the weekly podcast again. We will try our best again. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for so much for tuning in. I hope you guys have a great day.
All right, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for joining.
Goodbye. Thank you for listening.